The only thing that could be better than this is if it was melted on some nachos. Good morning. Whoa. That's like the first time I've spoken today, I think. Good morning, travel fans. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial Travel Guides, and today we're in Cannes, France. This is what it looks like. We're going to be doing just sort of like a self-guided walking tour of the city and the promenade today, and I wanted to vlog it all and take you with me and show you as much as I can. Let's go have some breakfast together first, shall we? Good morning! Thank you.
Good morning!
Washi. Here's breakfast. We got, or I got some muesli, put some extra raisins in there, some bread, and cream cheese. Not very fancy, but I'm not much of a breakfast person. And here's the view out of the Garden Cafe. Not a bad way to wake up. Here's some of the other breakfasty things you can have here. Bacon, sausage, eggs, muffins, waffles. Here they're making omelets. Made to order. You get whatever you want in it. Here's some fried potatoes and beans. And some other things that don't look like what I would eat for breakfast. Here I got my cream cheese, and that's salmon mousse. Not for me. And this is the atmosphere in the Garden Cafe in the morning. I think they redid it. It looks a little bit nicer than it did the first time that we were on the ship, if I remember it correctly. The Epic doesn't have that open boardwalk area down on the lower decks, like the Getaway and Breakaway and Bliss, but they do have this really nice outdoor seating area outside of the buffet, and you can bring your lunch or your dinner or your breakfast out here and eat in the sun, and I think this is nice. In comparison to Rome, it's interesting. The climate feels the same. The architecture looks somewhat the same. But at least where we are right now and at this time of the day, there's nobody around. There's almost nobody on the streets, no cars. And they have these really cute little electric buses. I'll try to show you guys one. But it's nice to, you know, it almost feels like we're alone in the city. But it's probably just really early. All right, the tender let us off sort of over here. We're up by this church, but this here, it's so bright I can't really see if I'm pointing at the right place, but this is La Croisette, the shopping promenade. Over there, that bigger building behind the yachts is, I'm pretty sure that's the main building where the film festival premieres happen and everything. So you've seen pictures of all sorts of movie stars up there. And then a couple rows back here is the other major shopping street called, I think it's Rue d'Antibes or Rue d'Antibes. I'm sorry, I know I'm not saying it right. And we'll be going down there in a little bit. We went into this Spar, which is a grocery store that we have in Germany too. And it's right across from a nice market hall here. And I love checking things like this out. Reminded me of, where were we? On Madeira. When we were in Madeira, we went into a big market hall like this, and they had tons of fish, and they were like still flopping around, and some of them were cut open, and that was gross. This looks like mostly fruit and vegetables, which is oh no, there's some fish here too. Take a look at all this. This is now the Rue d'Antibes. Like I said, I don't know if I'm saying that right. And from the church to get to here, we walked down several other smaller streets with more quaint shops, and this seems a lot more mainstream. It's, you know, there's Levi and Zara and things like that. But I guess it's part of the it's part of the walking tour, so we're doing it. We're gonna walk all the way down to the one end of this street, and then we'll walk back on the promenade. What do you think? Should I get it? What I like about it is that because of the pattern on it, I think it doesn't look bad if it's not like perfectly ironed. I like to wear shirts, but I hate to iron. Especially when you're traveling, then they get so wrinkly anyways. This is what my face looks like in a mirror, by the way. Nice. Here's the beach. And I'm pretty sure that this is all like private beach clubs. So if you want to swim here or get you know, chairs and umbrellas, then you have to pay entrance. But that's not, you know, that's kind of typical for these cities that we're visiting. And I know that down in the Virgin Islands now as well. If you watch some of my other videos, you know, there are places where you can just go, you know, throw out your towel on the beach, but also a lot of places, if you want to have the bar service and an umbrella and stuff like that, you have to pay like $10, $20 per person. But that's just how it is. There it is, Le Palais de Festival, the famous Cannes Film Festival, where all the stars you know and love show up. That's the red carpet, that's where they go in, that's where the films are seen and where the award ceremony and all that is held. At least it looks like that's what that is. And I'm here now too, and I'm glad you're here with me. All joking aside though, it is kind of cool to be standing here and imagine what the energy is like when the festival is going on, and when somebody like, you know, Angelina Jolie or George Clooney show up here, and this is all full of cameras and press and fans screaming and flashes flashing. Must be pretty cool. it must be a lot of pressure also to be one of those people and to have that be like your daily life. Sometimes I don't feel sorry for them, and sometimes I do feel sorry for them as well. We're gonna continue walking along La Cosette here, or maybe we're at the end of it actually, but we're walking further back towards where we got off the what are they called again? The tender boat. See what we can see, and maybe we'll stop in a little cafe and have some lunch. Because when you're tendered in a port, it's not easy to just like hop back onto the ship, get some lunch, and then pop back into the city wherever you are. It's a little more complicated and time consuming than that. Just around the corner, there's this like Walk of Fame with the handprints of people you've seen in films, or maybe not. This is the first one I recognize, Dennis Hopper. Oh, there's Angelina Jolie. Couldn't tell you who that is. Goes on and on around here. Meg Ryan, remember her? Geez, if you're ever a star and you have to do something like this, write your name really big and legible so that people know that it's you. I mean, like who is that? Oh, wait, now I can read it. It's Isabella Rossellini. But some of these other ones, who is that? I don't know, I can't read it. Who is this? How are you supposed to know? How am I supposed to like fanboy out about that if I can't read your name?
Sind smoked cheese. Was sind diese hier?
Okay, you guys, I think that I found heaven in Cannes, because look at this. It's cheese, but it's not cheese, it's actually chocolate. It's chocolate made from cheese, or it's cheese that tastes like chocolate? I don't know. Either way, what could be better? The only thing that could be better than this is if it was melted on some nachos. I think I'm gonna bring it to an end here. Thanks for hanging out with me today here in Cannes. And if you come to Cannes and don't want to spend a lot of money on an excursion, I think what we did today was definitely enough for me at least. We got I informed myself over TripAdvisor.com before we got here, and looked at also the Shipmate app and cruiseline.com, what other people were writing. And then once we got off the tender, there was a tourist office right there, and they also had a map with the suggested walking route and some of the sites along the way. And so that's how we did it, and if you want to do it that way too, then go for it. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please subscribe to me here on YouTube so you can get a notification of when I post a new video, not only just from this cruise, but from all my other adventures as well. And thanks to those extra special people who give me a little extra special help over on Patreon. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Or I should say, au revoir. Thank you.